Hi grade 11th, welcome to this video where we will be doing transition pieces, which is a continuation of development. So here we will be drawing a square to square transition piece, and this is a portion of a duct showing square to square transition piece, and then you're also given seam A, B there. And you're also given the starting point of where your seam is going to begin. So first things first, I'm just going to copy what we are given here to this side of the drawing, and you can see that we are given the top view of that transition piece and the front view. Everything is in first angle orthographic projection. So I'm just going to quickly copy this according to how it is given. Now that I have copied my top view and front view, we are going to label the given 2 points, which is A and B. After that, this seam, we are going to label it 1. So I'm just going to put it in a circle like that. And then now that we have that, we are going to bring down the seam. We have point B here, but we need to find the true length of that seam, which is 1, meaning that we have to now project point A all the way down. So we're going to open this distance that we have here. Let me just move my, yes. So you're going to open this distance of AB like that. And then once you have that distance, you're going to bring it down like that. Once it is brought down, you will then project up. Project that line that you just brought down. Take it all the way to the top part of the front view. And in there is where you're going to have your true length of that line AB. So I just want to make sure. Yes. So this is your seam 1. So that is your seam 1 there. Now what we're going to do, we're going to go and label our hole top view. So we have A, B, and then we're going to have C, D outside, E inside, F, G, H. So once you have those labels, you will now have to join the other points. So you have to join B and C, D and E, F and G, and then H and A. So you're going to join this B and C, and then D and E, F and G, and then A and H. So now that you have those lines that you've just drawn, that is our second type of seam that you will label 2. So for that seam 2, you need to also find the true length of it. So you're going to put your compass at B, open that distance of B and C, bring that point all the way down. Once it is brought down, you take it up. So you will have to take it up. So now you will have it there. Then you will join it once again with B, because your pin was at B when you were finding it. So now we will call that seam 2. So you have it here. You can see that it's up there. It's a little bit outside, and that is totally okay. Now that you have those 2 seams, you're now going to go ahead and label around your top view. So all the lines that look like that are going to the vertex straight from another vertex, then you will label them 1. So that one there, this one here, this one as well. And then all the ones obviously that are in between, you're going to label them 2, 2, and 2. So in order to draw a transition piece or a development, in order to draw a development, we need to use what we call the true length. And with the true length, we've already found for this line, which is this seam, and then we also found the true length for this seam. Now, for the other remaining ones, all lines that are parallel to the XY line, that is their true length. And then all lines that are straight like this, that are vertical going up, that is their true length. So it's only the lines, it's only the lines that are sitting at a specific angle or they are diagonal that we need to find the true length for. Otherwise, if it's just horizontal or vertical, that is the true length of that line. Now we're going to start our development on this side. So with regards to the development, you're going to draw a line that you will align first with your arrow there that you are given. Just a line using your construction line. So you just align it like that with the arrow there that you are given, and then just draw a line going down to B. So we are starting with this line, AB. So in order to get AB, we must use the true length 1. So you're going to open your compass from the top part all the way to B. So that distance that you have there, so the distance of A and B, and then take that distance, place it at A, then draw a line, make a mark on that line. So that is where you will have your B. So once you have that point B, you can go ahead and outline it. And remember, you used seam 1 for it. Then now once you have your line segment AB, we're now going to start with this first triangle ABC. That is the first triangle that we're going to use. And like I said, for all the lines that are vertical, that is the true length. So AC, I'm going to find my point AC. So I open that distance. I put my pin at A here, open it all the way to C. So I open that distance to C. Once I see that it's the correct distance, I just come put it here at A once again, and then draw an arc. Remember, you're still constructing. So once you have that arc, now it's time to draw this line BC. Line BC uses seam 2. So you're going to go put your compass at B, open it all the way. So that is the true length. Then you come to B, draw an arc there. So where that arc intersects with that one for AC, that is where you're going to have your point C. And then using a B line or a construction line, you're now going to join them. So you're going to join BC and AC. So the outer part, I will always outline it. So the outer part, like that one, is outlined, and then the inner one is a B line or a C line. So I'm just going to tick this triangle because we are done with it. Now we're going to move to the second triangle. So for the second triangle is triangle BCD, and we already have this line where we used seam 2 for it, for line BC. Now for BD, that is the true length. So you're just going to open from B to D, because that is the true length. Once you have that, just going to come to your point B, then draw an arc there. Once you have your arc, now it's time to find your DC. And you see that DC uses seam 1 for true length. So you come here, open all the way to seam 1. Once you have that, you're going to put it at C because you want point D. Place it there at C and then mark there. And that is where you're going to have your point D. Once you have that, like I said, the inner lines, you must ensure that you use a B line or an A line. And then for the outer part, outline, which is an A line. So now you have your triangle BCD. So now we are done with this triangle. We can move on, and here we used seam 1, and you will start seeing a pattern. And then now moving on to this triangle, it's triangle CDE. So we already have line DC, which is this line, and then for line CE, that is the true length. So open your compass all the way from E to C, and then come here because you want point E, you put it at C. Since you already have point C, you put it at C. And then once you have your arc there, we're now going to use to find line DE, and line DE uses this 2. So you're going to go to our front view, open the distance of that line to there. Then once you have gotten it, you're coming to put it at D because you want point E. Then that is where you point. So where your two arcs intersect, that is always where you're going to have a point. And then from D, it's inside. So if it's inside, then you use a B line. Then if it's outside, an outline. Like that. And then here we used seam 2 to find this line. Now we are done with this one. Now let's move on to this one. So this one is triangle EDF, and we already have a line DE, and then for DF, that is the true length. So you open that distance of DF. The distance of DF, you already have point D. You can't put it there because you want point F. Draw an arc, and then for line EF, it's seam 1 for the true length. So you're going to come there, open that distance of seam 1. Once you have it, you're just going to go to E because you want point F. Once you have that, that is where your F will be. And then you're just going to use a B line because it's still inside. And then the outer part of it, DF, it will be an outline. Like that. Moving on, since we are now done here, we're going to move on to EFG. So for triangle EFG, we already have line EF, which used seam 1. And then for line EG, that is the true length. So you just open the distance of EG, place it at E, open it all the way to G like that. Then once you have that, you're going to come to E, because that is the distance of EG. Come to E, draw an arc. And then once you have your arc, now you must find line FG. FG uses seam 2. Go to your front view, put it at B. Get that length. So once you have your length there, come to F, draw an arc. So that is where you're going to have your point GD. And then you're just going to ensure that you use a V line, and then the outside of it you'll then outline. You can always use constructions first, and then once you are done with everything, you can go back and outline. And here we used seam 2 for the true length. This is the one that we used. Tick it. And then now we're going to go to triangle FGH. And then we see that line FG, we've already found it. FH, that is the true length. FH, that is the true length. Open that distance of FH. Once you have it, you already have point F. You want to find point H. So that is your arc there. And then once you have your arc, you must now find your GH. It uses seam 1. So you come here, open it. Once you have it there, you come here at G and mark it. Once those two arcs intersect, that is where you're going to have your H. And then obviously, like I said, the outside of it, of the development, you just use an A line, and then the inside of it, you use the either B or construction lines. But if you choose a type of line, you must stick to it. And then now we are done with this one. Now we have to go to triangle AGH, which is this one. we already have this seam, which is seam 1 that we had. Let me just zoom out. Yeah, now that I've zoomed out, like I was saying, you already have this seam, which is GH, and it used the true length of 1. Now you're going to go to AG, that is the true length. So you're going to put it at G because you want point A there, and then you're going to come here, G, draw an arc. Once you have that arc drawn, let me just extend it. Yes, once you have that arc drawn, now you must find your AH. AH uses the true length of number 2. Open all the way that distance like that, and then you come to H since you want point A. So that is where you will have your point A there. Then just quickly join them. The outer part is outlined, the inner one construction, like that. And then here we used seam 2. And then now for the last one, which is this one, now we want triangle ABH. So we already have line AH, which is this one, and then BH, that is the true length. So place it at H because you now want point B. So you're going to place it at H, draw an arc, and then now you're going to find that line AB once again. So once you find your AB, you will be done with your development. So you place it there at A, and then your B will be up there. So that is where your B is. So you're just going to outline the outer piece of it, BH, and then you also have to outline A and B because that is our last portion for this. So as you can see, there is a pattern here. There is a pattern. You just have to ensure that you get your true length for whichever mini size that you have that are diagonal, and then once that is done, you just have to start tracing it properly, and you only use the true length to draw the development of a transition piece. And this one was square to square. I hope this helped. Thank you for watching.